Another story here, one that we posted there on the Facebook group and on informedamerican.com. Michael Bloomberg to spend $100 million to buy or influence your vote. Story from informedamerican.com for Rodney. There's a time when Democrats cried foul at the idea of big money swaying politics. Anybody remember the Koch brothers? But apparently that uneasy feeling has left the building. Billionaire and former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg intends to spend $100 million on political efforts just in Florida alone, guys, to help the Biden campaign. As Rodney notes here, certainly Biden has a path of winning without Florida, but Trump really doesn't. Trump absolutely needs Florida unless he basically sweeps all the Midwestern states, which he may be able to pick off one or two, likely not all of them. If you're talking Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, those states. Certainly Ohio, it seems like, is Trump country now. That used to be the big one. That was the battleground back then. Now that one has certainly shifted more to Republicans. I think Trump won it by double digits in 2016. But as Rodney notes, Bloomberg spent $1 billion in his campaign. And as being a Florida resident, I certainly remember the primary days when there was a Bloomberg commercial every 5 minutes. I couldn't stand this guy. I couldn't stand looking at this guy on my TV. I mean, the amount of money he blew on his campaign is absolutely mind-boggling. And now he plans to toss another $100 million at this thing, and it remains to be seen if it will be effective or not. An interesting thing about Bloomberg is he made a lot of promises to his campaign staff that he just never followed through on. There's a story here from NPR, quote here, Mike borrowed my credibility and abused it, fired Bloomberg campaign workers speak. So here's what they offered them to employees. They offered an incredible benefits package, which was unheard of for field staff, offering $8,000 a month for a regional role, in addition to healthcare, technology, laptops, and cell phones. And even this, Bloomberg also offered something else: a job through the general election, even if he was not the Democrat Party's nominee. It says that employment is guaranteed through November. Location is not. Now, what happened was Bloomberg did not follow through. He dropped out of the race and just didn't make good on any of his promises. He was going to have this army of staff that was going to work to help whoever the nominee was, and no. Now, it looks like maybe he's come back a little bit on some of that stuff by throwing that $100 million in Florida. I mean, that's a lot of freaking money, guys. It's just unbelievable. And many of you had some thoughts on this as well. Let's see, we got a story here. Let's go ahead and head over to the Facebook page. I want to read some of the comments here. You're responding to this story. We've got, let's see. So yeah, we're linking back here on the Facebook page. Sorry, my page is struggling to load here. Just please bear with me here. By the way, have you noticed that Facebook is sometimes very slow loading? I have. Here's the story from Michael Bloomberg. We got 9 comments here. I want to highlight a couple of those. So Edward Smith says, don't fall for it, everyone. We all know the Dems promised us everything and produced nothing if elected. Remind yourself of Trump's accomplishments and what he plans for us when elected. Promises made, promises kept. By the way, Edward, are you a member of the Trump campaign? Well done there. Ross Ulmer says, typical of a loudmouth mini Mike. At least he's one lefty that admits buying votes to get his way. Linda Becker says, why would he not spend this kind of money to help Americans not brainwash them? Barbara Hupp says, he needs to put the money to helping rebuilding the cities that he helped burn down. Give money to the deserving people to buy food, clothing, and housing. He is a big-timer who thinks money buys anything, but not so in our world. It does not buy happiness, not true happiness. Yeah, what do you think about that, guys? Bloomberg has got all this money. He's got all this money. Should he put it to something more philanthropic than just giving it to the Biden campaign? I mean, he literally flushed $1 billion down the toilet. I mean, I guess what's another 100 million? I don't know. Jeffrey Voorhees says, I hope it turns out like his presidential bid. Big failure for socialism. Norma Dry says he must be related to Soros and Epstein. Patty Abbott says, won't change my mind. Trump 2020. So the $100 million won't sway you, Norma. Or I'm sorry, Patty. Darren Harold says, how much have the Kochs spent this year? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. They spend a lot. There's no question about the Koch brothers. Big Mouth Trader. All right. So many of you are not fans of Michael Bloomberg. Don't like what he's doing. And so since many of you don't like Bloomberg, I will leave you with this this video of Bloomberg during the primary. Well, there he is. He's in there getting some kind of pizza, donut. Look how disgusting this is. Licking his fingers, and then wiping the coffee. Just gross. And I think I couldn't find the tweet because I wanted to find it, but President Trump actually tweeted this, calling him disgusting, which is just hilarious. Because it is disgusting. He's sitting there, rummaging in. I mean, this isn't what you expect of a multi-billionaire successful person, right? I mean, just kind of, rummaging around like a rat for the pizza, licking his fingers, wiping it on the coffee. And he had the best knowledge of how to beat coronavirus, right? I mean, the guy can't even get a napkin and wipe his hands.